Welcome to Camille's Country Corner. This is Camille, and on today's episode we will be making some baked macaroni and cheese. Let me show you what you need for this recipe, and let's get started. For this recipe you will need some flour, some butter, a pound of pasta of your choice, salt, pepper, paprika. We're going to need 6 cups of cheese. I have some Sharp, I have Colby Jack, I have some Velveeta, and I have some Swiss. And we're going to be using some milk here today. Let me show you how to put this together. Okay, we're just going to grate some cheese. I didn't bore you with the rest of it, but I have grated about 4 or 5 cups now. Each package was 8 ounces and you need 6 cups of cheese. I used Colby and Monterey. I used Sharp cheddar. I used a little bit of Velveeta, and I also used baby Swiss. And I do have my oven preheated at 375, and I have cooked my pasta noodles till al dente, and I am using elbow macaroni today. This is a pure comfort food, and I am preparing this after work, so it can be done. All right, now that we have grated all the cheese, let's take it to the stove and I will show you the next step. Okay, to my pan I am adding 1 stick or half a cup of salted butter. And we're just going to wait for that to melt. All right, to our butter we have melting here, I have a half a cup of flour. I have added a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. I'm just going to cook that down just a little. And then from here, we're going to add 4 cups of milk. You can add 2.5 cups of half and half, and then continue the rest of milk. I am doing all milk today because I do not have half and half, and it will work with just milk. Okay, we're going to bring this back up to temp. It shouldn't take that long. Okay, now that this is coming up to temp, and you can tell because it's thickening up nicely, as soon as it comes all the way to a boil, and you'll see it, we don't want to burn our milk. We just want it to thicken. But when you make a roux with flour, you have to make sure it comes back up to temperature, up to a boil. And that way you know how thick it will be. And there we go. We've got our bubbles. All right, now I am going to turn it off, and I'm going to be adding a third of the cheese. So I have divided my cheese into 3 piles. And with the heat off, I'm going to go ahead and add a third of a cup of our cheese. And I'm just eyeballing it here as I make a mess on my stove. Now we're just going to stir this until it melts. All right, I'm going to pull it fully off the burner because I really do not want my cheese sauce to burn. All right, let me take you back over and I'll show you how to put it together now. Okay, I have a 9 by 13 pan here. I'm going to go ahead and spray with just some butter spray. I have my pound of pasta. We're going to go ahead and add that. To our cheese. All right, we're going to pour half of this macaroni and cheese in. All right, and now we are going to take a third of our cheese and we are going to sprinkle halfway through our pan. And I know it looks like a lot of cheese, but you absolutely cannot cut this down because if you do, you're gonna regret it. It's not gonna taste the same. All right, now let's put our other half of cheese in. Macaroni and cheese. Okay, spread that out. And I hope I did say 9 by 13 pan. All right, and then we're gonna take our remaining cheese and we're just gonna sprinkle that on top. All right, I am going to put this in an oven at 375 for about 30 to 45 minutes. I'll bring you back once it's complete. Okay, this is what the macaroni and cheese looks like once it's done. Let's give it a try. All right, this is my plate. My mac and cheese. I've got some baked chicken that I've just marinated, and some green beans. Easy weeknight meal. It ended up taking about 45 minutes for the macaroni and cheese because it was a huge 9 by 13. The best, cheesiest macaroni and cheese you will ever try. I sure hope you make this. And if you do, let me know how yours turned out because this is fabulous. So I'm going to sit down with my dinner and I'm going to enjoy, super indulge in this mac and cheese tonight. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Definitely hit that like button and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good night.